Hey there, it's Lara here with Witchy Wednesday for the week of April 4th to 11th, 2018. So, right off the top, before I forget, I want to let you know that I'm giving away another free astrology reading. It's the Taste of Astrology reading, so if you want to check out what that is, you can follow the links below. Or, of course, if you want to order your own reading, then just go over to my website from the link below or laranewell-barrette.ca and you can check out what I have to offer there. So, how do you win a free reading? So, you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment on this video. It could be, just any old thing like, hey, how's it going? You could comment on the video, let me know how things are playing out for you, if this resonated with you, whatever. But you just need to comment because if you don't, then I won't necessarily know who you are because I won't know who has subscribed to the channel depending on the settings that you have on YouTube. So in order to subscribe, there's a little button at the bottom corner of the video here. It's like very small and it's black and it says subscribe. And you just click on that and you'll be subscribed to the channel. And the other thing is, sorry, if you're already subscribed to the channel, then just comment below is all. Okay, and you could win a free reading and I'll announce the winner on next week's Witchy Wednesday. And we'll go from there. Okay, so I did this about a month ago, and people seem to like it, and it's a way for me to get the word out, and I really enjoy doing readings, so it allows me to do more readings, and all that kind of stuff. Win-win. So thanks for being here once again. I have to say I was out at a show last night. I went to see Sloan, a band, if you're not sure who they are, and it was really good, but my right ear is still ringing a little bit. So I didn't have earplugs and I probably should have. So hopefully I'm talking at a proper volume here. I can't really tell, but I'm hoping that it sounds okay. All right. So, well, what's going on this week? We just came off that full moon in Libra, and then the moon moved into Scorpio. So it's been a pretty intense few days. And I have my natal moon in Scorpio, and I'm more used to this kind of energy than a lot of people. Like if you have your moon in Scorpio, you kind of you feel all the feels, right? And you know, it can be a little bit easier to navigate those really sort of the depths of feeling and that kind of thing on a regular basis. But I got to tell you, this whole combination threw me for a loop as well. So if you were feeling it, and if you're still those effects are still lingering, then know you're not alone. So, but we're talking about from today forward, and so the moon is moving into Sagittarius actually, and things will feel a little bit lighter on an emotional level. You might be able to sort of feel that lifting already. And there can be this like the aftermath of whatever was stirred up from the Scorpio moon and the Libra full moon as well. And we can be kind of going, whoa, okay, what do I do with this now, right? What do I do with what's just transpired? Sagittarius is an optimistic sign for the most part about, our beliefs and, it's about learning and what do we do with the information? It's about other things like travel as well. Really kind of learning from other cultures, expanding our horizons, but very much about our what do we believe and our philosophies. And so it could be that we're having this feeling of, okay, well, how did what just happened, how does this shape, how does this help shape my, my belief about things? And how does this, what do I do with this information? How do I move forward? That kind of thing. All right. And then later on in the week, the moon is going to move into Capricorn over the weekend. And that's going to be sort of a biggie. And I'm going to talk about that, for a big chunk of this Witchy Wednesday. And then next Tuesday, the moon will move into Aquarius. And so I'm looking over here because I have notes written, right? And I never want to forget to tell you something important. So, I think, as I just mentioned, the really big focus for us this week is that we have all of this energy in Capricorn. So we've got Pluto in Capricorn, been there for a while and will be there for quite a while longer. And we have Mars and Saturn in Capricorn. And then on the weekend, the moon is moving into Capricorn, and it will, hit all of these planets. And so, and then also we have Mercury is in the sign of Aries right now, and it's going to make a square. So, or it is making a square to Mars and Saturn in Capricorn. So there can be this feeling of like, stop, go, stop, go. There's a real need to kind of honor that, right? And Mercury is still retrograde, right? We've talked about that in previous videos. It's retrograde until April 15th. And so that is a time of review and reflection. And this has been a particularly tough Mercury retrograde so far. I know personally, like, oh my gosh, so many technological issues and communication issues and that kind of thing, and lots of things up for mental review, right? And so just make sure you're being diligent in your communications and that kind of thing. But anyway, so I was saying there can be this energy of stop, go. And we really need to honor that, and we need to not stop completely, but we need to practice self-care, and we need to be patient with ourselves, also patient with others, as best we can. We need to take breaks. And like yesterday, for example, I'll give you an example. I had an hour and a half nap in the afternoon. I never do this. Never, ever, ever. I am not a napper. I have a very difficult time napping during the day, but I was so spent from the emotional weekend, you know, and sort of absorbing all the energy around me and that kind of thing. That I just, like, I had to stop and rest. And I felt a little bit guilty for it at first, but then I kind of realized that this is what I really need right now. And I'm not going to be productive unless I do this, right? And so do what you need to do for yourself. Don't keep trying to plow through things without honoring that need for rest and self-care, and just taking breaks where possible. So all of this energy, as I said, in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is, and I talked about this, I think, like in some videos that were right near the beginning of the year, because we had some shifts into Capricorn, and this is going to be a theme, and I said that carries on for the course of the year here. And so, but right now there's a major focus on it, right? Because Saturn, Mars, Pluto, all in Capricorn, and then the moon's hitting all of these. And Mercury is squaring them. So a square is a conversation of tension, right? We can feel some tension. So Capricorn as an energy is very steadfast, very practical. It's an earth sign, right? Very hardworking, persistent, determined. Um, there's this sense of slow and steady wins the race, right? Um, so when we have this going on and we have Mars, right, which is the planet of action, the planet that rules Aries, Mars that just wants to like go, just do it kind of thing, plow through at all costs. I, me, mine is Mars Aries energy kind of thing, about instincts and will and that kind of thing. So when we have that butting up against Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn actually rules Capricorn. It's his home sign, and that is again that energy of stability and structure and responsibility and hard work, and also of authority and boundaries and obstacles, that kind of thing. So when we have this going on, it can feel overwhelming, the obstacles that we need to bust through. But we need to do that. That's exactly what we need to do, right? But it's a sort of a delicate balance. Again, with honoring the need to rest when you really have to, when your body is saying, and your soul really is saying, okay, I need a break here. You need to honor that, but you need to not give up, because what happens when we stop is we stagnate, right? And so there's this. What can happen right now is, we can either just choose to have resolve, and that we're gonna be the warrior, and we're just going to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and we're going to honor the process, and we're going to just keep trying no matter what. Or we can say, ooh, this is too hard. This is too hard. And I'm going to stop, but I'm not going to keep going. Not I'm going to stop and I'm going to rest because I need to, but I'm going to just give up. I'm going to give up. That's when stagnation happens. That's when depression happens. Um, you know, so do your best to not let that be you. Of course, the choice is always ours to make, right? I always say that to people when I'm doing readings. The wild card is always free will in astrology. So we have these potentialities and probabilities and possibilities and likelihoods and this information and energy that's coming to us. But it's our choice how we choose to react and what we choose to do with that. So, as I said, slow and steady wins the race. And but don't give up. So the other thing about this energy is that I wanted to talk about is, we it's a time for acting from our inner authority, right? As I said, Capricorn, Saturn, it's about authority. But it's not the time for looking outside ourselves in terms of reaching for external sources of authority. It's about building our own inner resolve, our own inner authority, and acting on that, and trusting our instincts and trusting our senses, that kind of thing. Venus is in its home sign of Taurus now, which is welcome news, and it's going to make, I can't remember what day it is this week, but it's going to make a trine, which is an easy flowing conversation with Saturn. And so this is about as I said, trusting your instincts. And also it's about self-reliance, right? And being like self-sufficient, trusting ourselves, and our own abilities to to get the job done, and to really to be able um, to be self-sufficient, really. So what else do I want to say about this? So it's it's also a time for really walking our talk, for self-respect, for knowing our worth, that kind of thing, and not letting outside sources sway us, into thinking that what we have to offer is not good enough or not worthy, that kind of thing. So we are really at a time of like trying to do something real, right? Trying to take our visions and make them a reality. And a lot of obstacles can come up for us right now. With all these planets in Capricorn, Saturn and Mars, square to Mercury, Mercury retrograde, all of these things add up to, it can be pretty exhausting right now. But we have to keep going. And I'll give you a personal example from my own life. I have many I could share right now, but just one is I've been trying to do a special video for you for about a week now on Chiron. And when I'm finished this video, I'm going to attempt it again. But I've had a lot of obstacles in terms of the technology not working out, and because it will be a longer video, right? And so the file size is too big to do in one take from my phone. And I've been trying all these other options. And anyway, so it's been a learning curve, and but I just I keep trying, and I'm gonna keep trying even though it's been frustrating. And then I've taken a step back and gone, okay, I need to just leave this sit for a day and then back at it. And so that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, because my instincts and my intuition and my inner authority say to me, you need to do this. This is something I really want to do. I feel other people would benefit from, all of that kind of thing. And so I'm not going to let those obstacles stop me from doing that. Right. And so there's an example, a personal example from my own life. So if and you know what, I just remembered I didn't print the chart out for us for today, and I apologize for that, but you've seen me in every other reading show you the chart, and it's a circle and all the different astrological houses. And so if you know what house Capricorn falls for you in your personal chart, this will be sort of the area where you feel this energy that I've been talking about the most. And then of course, depending on what specific conversations are happening in your own personal chart, that will impact things as well. But if you have a personal reading with me, as I mentioned, I point out to you the different houses, and you will know what signs fall in which houses for you. And so when I speak about these things, it will make a little bit more sense for you. Okay, so I want to just say a little piece about Chiron, and then I'm going to talk about the card for the week, because again, I'm going to delve into Chiron in another whole separate video. But what is amplifying all of this right now is, and you've heard me mention it before, but the planet Chiron, well, it's classified as both a planet and a comet. Astronomers are sort of, the jury's out on exactly what it is, but it is known in astrology as the wounded healer, right? And there's some mythology around this that I'll discuss in the other video. But and so this planet is transitioning from Pisces to Aries as we speak. It's what we call the critical degree. It's at the last degree of Pisces right now. And it has been there for like 7 years. And so a lot of wherever Pisces falls for us in our chart, right? We've been feeling, we've been going through a healing process, and that whatever has transpired for us in terms of that healing is coming to a critical point or a culmination point, and so it can feel pretty intense. It can be, I mentioned this in a Facebook post I did this week. And if you want to keep up to date on Facebook, then there's a link below here too. You can go over there and like the page. But anyways, it's like rubbing salt in the wound almost, right? And really focusing our attention on that area. And so this shift into Aries is going to be a big deal, and I'm going to talk about that again in another video very, very soon, as soon as I can get it done and the technology cooperates. So stay tuned for that. All right, so the card for the week I chose from the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. Sorry, but I have to, it fell on the floor. Just a sec. Okay, so it's the Karma card, and it came up in reverse for us. So, this is everything happens for a reason, right? What goes around comes around. We reap what we sow, all of that kind of thing. In reverse, it is sort of warning against the risk of perhaps, bad judgment, or maybe of having to, reap the unfortunate consequences of past sort of karma. We may be having some regrets in some areas right now. It's possible. But it also, on another level, it speaks to that what I was talking to you about earlier, like stagnating, right? Like if we don't take action and we don't, if we're full of self-doubt and fear, that kind of thing, then there is the risk of stagnating. And so we really need to, as I said, I keep hammering the point home, trust our instincts, act from a place of our own internal authority, and honor the need for breaks and pauses and rest between the work. So I think that's it for today. I hope you found that insightful and helpful as always. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to comment below if you want a chance to win a free reading, which I will announce next week. And stay tuned for that video on Chiron, okay? Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.